I've been digging through the rulebook, and if I read it correctly, I know in other events you're allowed to expend timeout after timeout. I believe, if I was reading correctly, that in the rulebook for this major, you're only allowed to use one timeout per round.
But your opponent can call one in response. Okay.
So this is Copenhagen Flames maybe trying to take a bit of momentum away from Astralis' timeout there. You just finish your 30 seconds. All right, boys, let's get it. Now you get another 30 seconds to question whether that call was the right one or not. So both teams making some adjustments here. Really
enjoyed talking to the boys of Copenhagen Flames, because you can just see on their face when they're talking about the games and their results just how much. Oh, now that is interesting. So that's the perfect bin lineup for your standard monster smoke. It looks like Roy's going to be donating that over to someone. Aggressive maneuvers.
Yeah, they're playing heavy towards A again in terms of that aggression, right? So two players pushing up. dupree's taking some early damage. Same for Yabi here, trying to get across on Monster, and the two-player Monster hold really being brought into fashion by Gambit. A lot of teams adopting this. Means you can float an extra man towards A, which they have done. And Copenhagen Flames look like they were really expecting an A early here. The bait here, right? So Hooksy is also able to combo in with Roy. He's the link man over to help Nikodos towards Long as well. But their rotation over towards that B bomb site is going to be pretty far away. dupreee doesn't know what's lying on the other side here.
Oh, Hooksy could get caught in the timing here. It's all about dupree's intuition as to when to strike. Elsewhere, Zipex has posted, I believe it's his third.
Easy for dance, put that Easy for dance, put that
We're back in a 4v4. All right, Roy. 35 seconds on the clock now. This one's starting to heat up, and the rotation to B towards the B bomb site right now. So I feel like Astralis will go A. Like, unless Lucky runs down connector now, it is going to be an A finish.
It's a big-ass fake. It's a big boy fake. Now, they're already starting to float. Roy has got so much on his plate here. Oh, and that's dupreee gone. Huge amount of information. And they've got 15 seconds to try and break the site. It gets super awkward for Astralis now, and another chance for Roy. The supportive utils here, out of the players, and another one from Roy. Bomb loose. Surely Astralis can't dig themselves out of this. Zip with a double, Magisk another, and just in the nick of time, they turn it on its head again.
Because you're really going to have a look in for this, mate. I know it should have been your round. But are you going to give up the AWP here on the clutch? It looks like he wants to get stuck in.
I mean, Zip just pulled 2 frags out of his bottom. Nikodos can recover. He has been the shining light. Now, I can't believe they've gone for an Optimus plan.
He could have.
He could
just sit this.
Double long hold. He already strikes for the first. He won't get to second, will he? Time-sensitive mission here. Doesn't catch a glimpse of him either. Now just in a state of complete panic. Nah, Magisk seals the deal for Astralis, and what a conversion between the two of them. That was all 5 from Zipex and Magisk, and they came within the closing 5 seconds. I mean, they probably had 0.5 on getting that bomb down.
Yeah, bodyguarding well right there. That's when the pressure moments are on, right? If you're going to play this late round Counter-Strike, you can't get flustered. You can't fluff your lines. You need to hit the shots, and well, Zip with some massive impact right there. So back and forth we go again, but you see who comes out on the receiving end of this one. A timeout again for Copenhagen Flames. And, well, at the high end here, we're talking 4.3 on the AWPer, and on the low end, 1.5 for Yabi here. So, not really enough for Copenhagen Flames to warrant a buy. Big discussion to be had here. Do we get a rifle out in the hands of Nikodos? He get an M4, get some armor, a little bit of util. The rest can buy into pistols. We've already seen them give it a crack on the second round of play. He had the FAMAS, the rest all bought in, and here it is again. So, Hooksy and the boys here.
Okay, now I'm going to be intrigued to see as to how far these deagles go and how many we see. A lot of people starting to pull out the CZ, the 5.7. In fact, there you go. Nice prime example of the eclectic mix of sidearms you can treat yourself to now.
Valve is smiling nicely.
Yeah. Doesn't get more diverse than the left side of your screen, or even the right. Not too bad either. Mac 10, Galil, keeping it interesting, keeping it diverse.
This is the same setup they just ran, or at least very similar, right? Hooksy this time has taken the scout in lieu of the AWP towards Long.
Nikodos' barrel may be spotted, and actually no, they've opted for the banana side, and so Nikodos just a straight head-to-head duel. There's no util coming. Barrel and an easy conversion. Both of them! Nikodos has come alive here on LAN, and down goes the AWPer. This one has collapsed for Astralis, and again the Flames are threatening, confirming Nikodos' 3rd frag. He will be caught out in his green for that AWPer. The round is surely his. Tagged. Zipex An AWP shot to the leg leaves him limping and only 27 points of health. It shouldn't be a matter of time. There it is. I say AWP, it was a scout. The upgrade, though, is just in front.
Nice.
And what a recovery that is from Copenhagen Flames.
This is back and forth, and this is great. They continue to put up fights when the chips are down, right? Astralis, normally, if they put you in this position, they convert. Then you're going to have to go down to an eco. They can have a streak of rounds here. But Astralis are being forced into awkward situations. And again, you can see what that's done to their finances this time. We're just trading places. A timeout. We've had 3 rounds in a row now. We had one round where both teams took a timeout. Copenhagen Flames just took one in the following, and now Astralis in the next. So you can see they're under the pump because the money at this point is seesawing back and forth. So for Astralis, they can't have anything that resembles the type of buy that Flames just did, right? They could maybe, just maybe go for pistols across the board with some light util and pull out one of those pocket strats as an execute that I'm talking about. That looks like the call. Glaive into a Tech 9, some util behind it. Dupree now with Kevlar, a flash. I think if they just were to search, right, a standard call that can happen on some of these forced by rounds when you have Deagles is let's just do a default spread and search and see what comes our way. I think if they do something like that, especially with Tech 9s, they might just get run over here because these setups from Copenhagen Flames have been looking very tidy, very well thought out. I think Astralis need to throw something their way to unravel this CT setup, at least, you know, pacey, because you can see in the way that Roy was clearing, especially in that round that Magisk and Zipex won where they probably shouldn't have, he's very aware of all these late lurks.
Yeah, what a start to the series. I can call it a series, even if it is best of 1. 4 naked off individually, and Roy is the second name at the tip of my tongue. Saved now by Hooksy on the flank. Lucky's gone, and the rest of Astralis won't get anything done. Just Tech 9s and armor. They wanted to battle for this economic control, but it's actually resulted in a Flame 6th. Glaive, a scrap of HP. He'd love a plant. He'd obviously love a round.
That
one man going down, fine, but make sure there's no more casualties.
They pull another one out of the hat and can make it more competitive for free. And Sergey's flank is fantastic. Look at the headshot. Tries to run forward and Seven will punish him. Alexi doesn't even allow him, and they're all ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, you're right. In terms of the way you come into the first day of the major has such huge ramifications. And I truly believe that Copenhagen Flames, if they've just been able to press pause on the LAN vibe they had at IEM Fall,